So in this video we're gonna see how we can visualize the data using R. So right now I would like to RColorBrewer. This is a data package. It's a data package, so if you don't have it, you can just type in this code, this command line, and you just can say install.packages. That is RColorBrewer. You just you need to know, or you need to be very careful in terms of entering this command here, because R is very case sensitive. So that is how we go about it. So after installing that package, you need, of course, you need internet. So for you to have it done, what you need again to do is to ensure that your ggplot package is very active. Again, tidyr and tidyverse are very much active. So what we do here, we need to load that package that we have simply installed, and that is RColorBrewer. We just write this code here, this command line. We just write library RColorBrewer that way. So that is how we can just load it. So we need to just highlight that and run. So we're gonna have it very active. So through the data that we are having right there, that package that we have simply loaded, it is having so many colors. In fact, in case you want to see all the colors in that RColorBrewer, you just run this command line here. You just run display.brewer.all, and you just run. It will just give you all the colors that are in that function. So that one is visible on the plots somewhere down here where we have history. So that's where we are having our plots being displayed. So, but for this case, we're gonna use display.brewer.pal for everything we're gonna do right now. So this command line here, in case you want to run it, you need to enter the specific color inside that you just want to, or you want to give the colors that you want. For example, there are so many types of colors or color packages in this display.brewer.pal function. So we have dark2, for example, set2, set3, set1, paired, and so on and so forth. So in case you want to see how they appear, you can just run, for example, this one. This is display.brewer.pal. You want it to display the dark2 colors, and the number of the colors should be 8. So in case we run that one, we're going to have something of this kind. So I also prefer to see dark2 because it's very clear to be noticed. So when in case we run this one right here that we are having as set2, running that one will also come, and you can just see that it's a bit pale, so it's not as much clear as dark2. But for those who are who don't like much pure color, they can just use that. They can just prefer that one because everybody likes its own. So in case we run this one, display.brewer.pal, that is for paired, and the n is 8, so that is what we are likely to have. So that is the case. So there are so many colors. Still, we can edit this one for dark2, for set2, and maybe write set1 and run it. So we are likely to have something of this kind. That is how you can do it, and we can also edit that one and maybe say set3. Because we run that one, we are likely to have something of this kind. But of course, we need to now apply these colors to some some plots. For example, I want us to go through the data VA depth, and we're gonna draw histograms on the same using the colors in RColorBrewer. So we need to load that data, that is VA depth. So we run it, that is, we have it. So in case you want to view that data, you can still highlight that one. You can highlight only the section named VA depth, and you can run that. It will simply show you everything that's in that data. So we have 50 to 54, that is rural, and that is the ages, male, female, and so on and so forth, those who are living in the urban and those who are living in the rural areas. So that is the case. And in case we want, we can just try to view the histogram of that data before we apply the colors. You can see how it looks. That is how it looks before we apply the colors. So that's a histogram of VA depth. You can see it has no any other color other than gray. So you can improve this histogram by using the colors. So here we go. So we need to try with the tag 2 colors. So in case we run this data, of course this is how we are supposed to write the command line. That is how it's supposed to be appearing. So make sure that you be very sensitive and careful in terms of writing this code. So in case we run that, we have it this way. So you can see every kind of bar is having its own color. So there is something you need to notice here. Dark 2 has its maximum color. So in its maximum color. So in case we write, for example, we enter 10, let the colors be 10, and you run that, it will give you, yes, the colors, but it will tell you a warning. It's gonna give you a warning message saying that the maximum color allowed for dark 2 sample or the dark 2 colors is 8. So that it has. So we can also proceed and check for set 2 colors. But of course we need to re-edit that one and return it to where it was. So that is 8. So in case we run this, one, we are likely to have something of this kind. So you can just see what you can prefer. Running every kind of code right there. We can just run for set 3 colors, for grays, yes, for greens, and for gray. So that is what we just have right there. So that is what we have. But still, there is something we can do in order to make this histogram be a bit presentable again. We can just come and introduce something we call breaks. The breaks. So we're gonna edit every code here and introduce something we call breaks. So for example, if we edit this one and run it with the number of breaks, we are likely to have something of this kind. So applying the brakes in every command line, that is the case. Yep, and run everything. Run the first command line, second one, it's gonna give you that one, third one. So one more thing that we can do about this data here is introducing the par function. This one is gonna give us every histogram right here in the same on the same graph. So if we apply this function here to everything that we have always been working on and run, that is how it appears. So you can zoom this plot, you can zoom it, and it gives you a very, very clear picture of every kind of histogram that we drew. So that is the case. Thank you very much for watching this one. Let me see you in the next one after you have subscribed, because that is how you can just simply know that I've uploaded another tutorial. Thank you very much.